Yeah, roll living the devil may care, and I'm just the devil with love to spare. Viva Las Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas. Welcome to Place Your Bet, everybody. I'm Tommy T here with my buddy Sal The Bookmaker. Today's show is brought to you by Legal Shield, providing legal protection and peace of mind for less than $1 a day. Legal Shield can help with traffic tickets, texting and driving, DUIs, court appearances, estate planning, and even contracts given to you that you just don't understand. Plus a whole lot more. Call Legal Shield right now at 213-245-1305. That's 213-245-1305. Again, 213-245-1305, or visit them online at nocourt.us.
Yes! Attaboy! We're back!
Hey!
It's Fonzie.
Fonzie and Laverne, we're back.
Laverne.
Forget about it.
Don't worry about Laverne. It's you. You, yourself, and you. That's all three of you. I don't know who Laverne is, but you're going to count as all three of them.
What are you, Shirley?
No, none of those.
Okay.
No, none of those. No, this guy living in 1970-12.
This guy here.
You're killing me.
This guy. Sal the Bookmaker has 3 more winners today.
But he didn't give them out. But he didn't give them out to everybody else. So
we're done giving them out. That's the way it is.
That's exactly
the way it is. You want our picks? You gotta join PlaceYourBet.Vegas,
right? And
you got to do some business with Sal the Bookmaker and Tommy T.
That's right.
You want to do business?
A big round of applause for us.
Very good.
Yes.
Very, very good. We're 33-3 entering the day.
Officially 33-3 on air.
On air.
Never mind all the off-air stuff.
Which is way better. I don't know how you'd be better than that. But Sal, you gave your brother, Sal's a family man. Sal's got a nice, big, happy family. And you gave your brother a nice pick today. You gave your brother Vanderbilt over Baylor. Now, I have one of my buddies who follows our show and likes to stick with our picks. He told me to bet the house today on Vanderbilt. I don't know what that means.
Let me ask you this. Does he work in the casino?
He works in the casino, yes.
And he's a gambler. So that tells me he's a degenerate gambler. And as a degenerate gambler, they typically don't win. So I may be losing that game.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
You never listen to the guys that work in the casino. Oh, yeah, I picked this. Really? If you were so good, you wouldn't be working there now, would you?
What is the thing about bet the house? Like, what does that mean? Like, okay, I mean,
bet the house, bet the farm.
I know literally what that means.
Bet the farm.
But
bet everything.
But figuratively, like, what does that mean? Does that say more about the guy saying it than it does about who's laying the action? Bet the house, bet the farm. Come on, like that never instills confidence in me. You never said that.
No,
one time.
I don't say that. I don't.
You never said, Tommy, go bet. You never said empty your bank account. You just give a pick. You talk about the flow of money, and you lay it out there, and then you always end it with, what do I know? Just go for it.
I don't know nothing.
I don't know nothing. Right?
That's right.
Okay.
But I also gave my brother Wisconsin today over Miami, and that was actually quite simple. I'll tell you what the rationale was. It was real simple. You have a cold weather team. You have the Polar Bears playing the guys that live down on South Beach, or they're playing down there, right? So guess what? Yankee Stadium, end of December, it's not going to be 80 degrees and sunny. No, it's going to be cold. It's going to be blustery. One of those kind of games. So you got to go with the ball control team that's used to playing in cold weather, right? So that was very obvious in my opinion. Oh, and by the way, Wisconsin's running game has been strong all season. Of course, they've got probably the best guy in the country.
All century. The
guy's incredible.
Yeah.
Right. But the fact is, there was no other choice besides Wisconsin in that game. In the first game, Duke simply outclassed. And I'm wearing Duke.
Yes, that was a Dookie.
But Duke outclassed Temple. All the way across, you look at Duke's victories, you look at Temple's victories. Yeah, Temple brought in a good defense. The problem is Temple didn't play in the ACC either. It's a very different team. And when Duke's defense did show up, remember, they did beat Northwestern earlier in the season, and that was a very good game at Northwestern, as a matter of fact. And that was a defensive struggle.
Duke has been a good team for several years now. David Cutcliffe has been running that program. He's been churning out NFL players. Therefore your recruiting gets better when you got NFL players littered around the NFL. It's an easier way to get more players to Duke. Well, I mean, this game was close though. Temple was up 27-21 at halftime.
Yeah, but that's because there was a couple of turnovers. That's why.
And Duke just completely dominated the second half. They won the second half 35-0.
Halftime adjustments. How many times have we seen halftime adjustments? Right.
Well,
the great coaches can do that.
And the not so great coaches can't.
That's right.
Mike Tomlin, Jason Garrett, they're not big halftime adjusters.
Right.
Right.
And you got to remember, Duke has probably the second best quarterback recruit. I would almost argue the first best. But let's just say Haskins is the number one quarterback coming out right now. But let me tell you something. This kid Jones, man, he is good. He's big. He's upright. He's got the over-the-top delivery. He's 6'5", and he's got a cannon.
It's funny because I was reading some of the breakdowns on some of the quarterbacks coming in. There's about 8 or 9 good ones coming. Good ones. Well, they were rating 8 or 9 of them right now.
Right.
And of course, Haskins is right up there. Justin Herbert dropped out because he's going
out.
back to Oregon.
He's going back to Oregon.
So he dropped out. But you're right. And the breakdown on Daniel Jones, the Duke QB, they said the biggest attraction with him is who's coaching him.
That's right.
They feel like he's going to come into the NFL the most NFL ready.
Right, just like Peyton Manning did back in the day.
Yep.
And Manning, when he came out of Tennessee, fresh off a national championship,
No, he didn't win the national championship at Tennessee.
He did win one.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Oh, geez, we got to do this again.
Look it up.
T. Martin won it. Manning didn't win. They won the
Wasn't
next
he on
year.
that team?
No, T. Martin won it.
Well, whatever the case.
But Manning was great in college, but he never won the national championship. Yeah.
Whatever. The point is, Cutcliffe got that guy ready. He got Eli Manning ready. But this guy produces NFL-ready quarterbacks.
And part of getting them ready is, I'm going to use that word again that's going to make your blood boil. He teaches how to run through the progressions.
There's the progressions. All right. So he learned a new word today.
No,
or this week, last week. Oh, you haven't always been, because they haven't been on that. All right. No, they've been checked down.
Why you got it? Can't you just go, Tommy, good word? Can you just
Tommy,
say that?
great word,
25-cent word.
Great, listen, fantastic word. But guess what? I think you're a little late to the party on that one.
It's not just the progressions. Listen, I've been on David Cutcliffe for years.
Oh, you have?
He's the reason that Eli went to Ole Miss.
Right.
Because they already had a relationship with him, and he did a fantastic job with Peyton Manning. The problem with Peyton Manning is he came into the NFL too confident. His rookie year, he threw 28 interceptions, and not because he felt like he could get the ball in those small windows.
But what's great about it is it didn't faze him.
And
you know what? That goes back to great coaching.
Great player.
Because great coaching will say, guess what? So you didn't hit it that time, you're going to hit it next time. Don't worry about it.
And also, he felt like he could squeeze the ball into tight windows when he first got in the NFL. It took him a while to get adjusted to the speed.
Right, the speed of the game is different.
The speed of the game is different. Once there's no problem with Peyton or Eli or any of them. They're all great. Daniel Jones, I have a lot of confidence in him. Not only because of who he's been coached by, but I've been watching the guy. He can play.
He's got poise.
He can straight out play.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, and he doesn't get nervous in the pocket. He's going to look at his first option. Okay, it's not there. Second option, maybe he's going to check down, go to the other option. But guess what? This guy, he can take a hit. He can take a big hit, too. He took a lot of hits today from Temple. Temple does have a good pass rush. But ultimately, this guy is big and he's strong.
He reminds me a little bit of another Jones quarterback from the 70s, Burt Jones.
I remember Burt.
Burt was a great quarterback in the 70s,
yeah, he was incredible. I'll give him a round of applause.
Yeah, Burt Jones.
Yes.
All right, okay. Let's. This is not a round of applause, but it'll work. It won't work.
That's a fact, yeah.
My God, that's a double.
God forbid we give him a round of applause.
That's the double.
What's this world coming to?
Kung Fu. What is it? What do you call it? The Kung Fu delay. That's a double Kung Fu delay.
The Kung Fu. That's the fact, Jack.
Burt Jones went to LSU. He was another big, strong guy that could throw the ball 80 yards down the field. He had a great start to his career. He got injured back in the day. I used to love watching Burt Jones play.
Remember Roger Carr?
Yes, they were the tandem.
That's right.
Roger Carr, he threw 75 yards. Man, listen, look, we're
reaching into the. We're bringing.
We can't help it.
We're going into the Wayback Machine because we can.
Yes,
that's why.
We can.
Who else can go into the Wayback Machine like that?
We can, and we love it.
No one.
All right, but so now Vanderbilt, Wisconsin over Miami, and Duke over. But Duke and Wisconsin seem like they'd be easy for you. You've been on those games. You've been on those teams all season.
Well, but I've been keeping a real close eye on Vanderbilt, too. Now, Vanderbilt has some quality wins. Remember, Vanderbilt beat Ole Miss. They did beat Tennessee, and they beat Ole Miss and Tennessee rather easily as well. And those were the last couple games of the season. Vanderbilt played very well. They had a couple of really bad losses. I'm not talking about the teams. I'm talking about blowout losses.
Okay.
But Vanderbilt, look, they're playing in a very tough SEC. What's the count on today's game?
Well, they're losing now 24-21. Baylor scored a touchdown.
You know why? Because your gambler friend at work.
Well, listen,
what's his name?
Luther,
you're fired.
No, I love the Luther. He's a great guy.
He may be a great guy,
smart guy.
Luther,
but
don't tell us your picks. I don't want to hear your
picks.
As
soon as I hear Luther said bet the house on them, I'm just like, don't say that. Okay.
That means you got to go the other way.
That means, The other thing is Vanderbilt has a famous name at quarterback. They got Kyle Shermer as the quarterback.
That they do.
His father is the coach of the Giants, right? So, they like, they had Beathard, too. They had Beathard there for a while, too, at Vanderbilt. So they like the famous name quarterbacks.
Yeah,
right?
But, Vanderbilt's one of those places in the country. For me, it came down to 3 schools that I was going to consider going to business school. And one of them was Duke, obviously. The other one was Vanderbilt. Another one was MIT.
Okay.
To the Sloan Business School.
Sure.
Yeah, Sloan, yeah.
Well, they call Vanderbilt the Harvard of the South, right?
It is.
It's a great institution.
It's just beautiful, and academically, it's a power.
No, yeah.
I'll tell you what. If it wasn't for Vanderbilt, the SEC would probably rank as one of the dumbest conferences academically in the country. I'm serious.
So Vanderbilt keeps it from being what is the dumbest?
It actually legitimizes
It must
them.
be the Big Ten then.
What are you talking about? This guy.
I don't. It's not the Big Ten. Well, Ohio State's not helping your rankings.
Oh, Ohio State doesn't help anything. Well,
Michigan's better than Ohio State academic-wise.
Way better.
Right?
Well, I'll tell you this much. There is one thing that Ohio State's good at besides cheating in sports and recruiting.
What is that?
And I know this is going to shock you. It's
Veterinary medicine?
At home. It's going to shock you at home, too. They are ranked number 2 in the nation in agriculture science.
Okay.
Yes, they are. I'll give them a round of applause.
Okay.
Hey, guess who's ranked number? You'll never get this. Guess who's ranked number 1?
Agriculture science?
Agriculture, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take a stab in the dark. Texas A&M.
Number 3.
Okay.
Number 1 is the University of Florida.
Interesting. Wow. You wouldn't think they're number 1 in anything. Who's ranked number 1 in heating and air conditioning service?
I think it's
number
that. 1? Don't we have a commercial on the radio about that?
I don't know, but man,
one of these trade techs or something.
It is. Man, cold ain't the word right now, man.
Stop complaining. You're wearing a ski hat in here.
I feel like I'm at a hockey game.
You're damn right you are.
It's warmer. It's warmer at the T-Mobile Arena right now. The Knights are playing the Avalanche.
You're gonna have to walk outside.
I feel like I'm in an Avalanche.
You have to walk outside to warm up.
Kid, man. This kid.
We got to so you can hang meat in this place.
Man, you got it. You got it right. So listen, can we talk? Can we change it to some hoops?
Sure.
Some hoops. I here's something that I know. This is the last second thing that I noticed. The Lakers are playing the Sacramento Kings right now. They don't have
that would be the Sack of Potato Kings,
or as Shaq would call them, the Sacramento Queens back in the day.
Right.
Shaq was. But anyway,
God bless Shaq. I love Shaq.
The Lakers. The Lakers don't have.
You could have got me a Shaq shirt.
They'd have LeBron. No, there's only one shirt. You do like Shaq.
Of course I love
Shaq's another lovable
Shaq's
guy.
great.
Yeah, Shaq's a lovable guy. But Michael Jordan only for you. But the Lakers are playing now without LeBron, without Rondo. Right? They both got some minor injuries, and of course they're going to miss games.
Right.
So this game is actually Sacramento. This is the Lonzo Ball versus De'Aaron Fox. Now you know this matchup. They played twice in college. Right. Now Lonzo Ball beat De'Aaron Fox the first part of the year. Dominated him, but then in the March Madness, De'Aaron Fox dominated Lonzo. So it came down to draft time.
Yeah,
and
then the old man was blaming
I'm pissed.
all the white dudes on UCLA
yes, I remember that.
Yeah, because whatever, they didn't get the ball to Lonzo Ball. I remember that. That was so wrong on the old man, and that's what turned me off to the old man. I mean, that really tipped me over the edge.
I don't like that either. I'm mad at the old man.
I don't want to hear that kind of crap. It's good player against good player. I don't care if you're purple, yellow, green, whatever.
I got my game day notes here, and in my game day notes, the Lakers should punch LeVar Ball in the face. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Not only for
give yourself a round of applause.
Not only for making them draft Lonzo. Now, listen, I like Lonzo. I don't think Lonzo's a very good player. I don't think he's a very good offensive player. He's a way better defensive player than he is offensive player. He's excellent defensive player, right? But here's the thing. The reason I'm pissed off at LeVar Ball is because his son is so underdeveloped. He's got no pull-up jumper. He's got no teardrop. He's got no floater. He's got no attack the rack game. And, of course, he can't shoot. He can't shoot from the outside. His free throws percentage is 51%. I blame this on big mouth LeVar Ball. LeVar told him, take my son. He's perfect for the Lakers. Yeah, we got him. Okay, I got numbers here. I know you don't like numbers, but numbers do tell some stories.
No, it's all right.
Lonzo's averaging 9 points a game, 4.7 assists a game, 5 rebounds a game. He's shooting 30% from 3, 39% from the field, 51% from the line.
Buddy, those are G League stats.
He's a bad offensive player. I'm sorry. De'Aaron Fox, 18 points a game, 6.6 assists a game, 3.5 rebounds a game, and he's shooting 40% from 3. 40% from
Those
3.
are NBA stats. Anyway, folks, we're going to be back here on Place Your Bet in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. Lots more to come. No, that's good stuff. No, I'm pissed at the old man because the old man put all that extra undue pressure on him
And
it wasn't
this kid.
Right, but it wasn't fair to the kid.
No.
It's not fair to the other kids in the family, and on top of it...
And the kid handles himself well. He actually
you're
handles
right.
himself well.
Of course he does.
Listen, I've been watching him. I've been pulling for him. My son's pulling for him. He doesn't have the game. And
No,
he's not improving. He just doesn't have the game. He doesn't have any of the variety of shots that these other guys have. This guy, De'Aaron Fox.
Fox owns
does
him.
all these things.
Fox is legit.
Of course he is. He's double all of his numbers.
But Fox is legit.
Yeah.
Now I will say this. Now Fox gets a lot of touches because of the team he's on, and Ball will get less touches.
Yeah,
but still, Ball is not converting when he gets the touches.
No, but Ball is a defender like that. I'm shocked because I pay attention to defense. Ball, he's in passing lanes. He rebounds. He does other things. But I'm not sure he can develop that offensive game enough.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
No, I think the Lakers really wasted a pick there.
Yeah, I do too. And they wasted too many of these picks.
Well, and the problem is it set them back even further.
Well, they're lucky that they got Kuzma later in that round.
No kidding. Well, Kuzma, if it wasn't for Kuzma, those guys would be in a lot of trouble.
Those guys are like almost flipped. Kuzma's almost a number one pick.
Right.
And Lonzo's like a second round pick.
Right. No, Kuzma's a hell of a player.
Kuzma's a great player.
He's a hell of a player.
And you know, the irony is...
So you think I don't watch basketball? I do watch it. I just don't talk about it too much.
I know you watch basketball. The irony is that Kuzma played 4 years of college. He played for Larry Kostoviak, who played for Don Nelson and for the Milwaukee Bucks for years.
Good fundamental ball.
Long-time NBA player. Taught these guys how to play offense and defense. But Kuzma's got skills.
Right.
He does everything. He can shoot from the outside.
But he develops right.
Basket. He plays with his back to the basket. He's got a running hook. Kuzma's good.
Yeah. He shoots with both hands. The guy developed right.
I'm amazed at how underdeveloped Lonzo Ball is.
Why are you amazed? How much time did he have at UCLA?
He only had 1 year at UCLA, but I shouldn't be amazed, but he came from a famous AAU program that his dad built up.
I get that.
And they were just a run and gun program. He only just ran layup drills.
Right. There was no half court game.
No half court game. Nothing.
Right.
So, and I'm surprised that okay, so I'm watching this game now. And I'm like, you didn't see that, Lakers? You didn't see he's got no teardrop?
See, now
He's got no floater?
I would take a guy that plays basketball at Virginia over a guy over UCLA, because at least in Virginia, I know they're gonna live in that half court set. They're gonna learn how to defend. They're gonna learn how to shoot.
That guy Brogdon is a Virginian. He's a Virginia player. He's the point guard for the Bucks. He's good.
Right.
30 seconds.
That slow game will teach them how to play. Not only a one-on-one game, but they'll teach him how to play a zone game and do the right thing.
Brogdon does everything,
and they'll teach him how to make something out of nothing.
Piss me off. Okay.
Yeah.
So I started out by saying I want to punch LeVar Ball in the face.
Right.
All right. So let's.
If you dare. All right, Mike. I hope you're finding it entertaining. Mike from Paducah's back with us. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
I'll be plugging us in just a moment. I'm a little tired today. Yeah. And we got the Knights game on over there. Viva Las Vegas.
Welcome back to Place Your Bet, everybody. This is Tommy T, and I'm still pissed off at LeVar Ball. This segment is brought to you by the American Business Trust Company, helping your company with business strategy, sales and marketing, capital resources, and establishing your company with a physical location or on the internet. You decide. You bring the idea, and the American Business Trust Company
can help with the rest. Visit them online at abtrustco.com. That's ABTRUSTCO.com, or call 657-600-1876. That's the American Business Trust Company, 657-600-1876. Call them today. They can help your business right away. Okay, so the Golden Knights and the Avalanche are still tied at 1-1. I was talking to another Golden Knights fan today at the casino as I was leaving work today, and I said, "Hey, the Knights are playing pretty tough. They're pretty good. You know,
when they got Nate Schmidt back, the team got better as they were supposed to."
She said, "No, they're not. They're playing lousy." Every time I talk to her, she says they're playing lousy. I said, "How?" She goes, "Their passing is terrible." I said, "Okay, I don't want to get into
What's
it."
What's her first name?
I don't want to get into
just her first name. What's her first name so we can call her out?
Her first name is Golden Knight Fanatic. I don't care. Anyway, she doesn't like the Knights. She says that they're no good.
What's her first name?
You
could say her first name?
I can't say her first name. Her first name, okay, I'll just say only her first name.
That's all I want.
Olivia. That's
Olivia.
it.
Olivia,
Okay.
you're fired.
No, you can't fire Olivia.
I just fired
You can't
her.
fire Olivia.
Yes, I did.
Hey, so listen, talking about, our we have other gigs that we do, and we have to maintain, our place in the workplace. DJ Swearinger. Great name.
Oh, yeah.
Great name, right?
Of course. It tells you everything you need to know.
DJ Swearinger literally talked his way out of a good job. He was the starting safety for the Redskins for the last 2 years. And apparently he's been complaining about the defensive coordinator, Greg Manuski, several times. He did it one too many times. He said that we are bad coaching calls, and they fired him.
Right.
They basically said, you're fired. Now, he got picked up quickly by the Arizona Cardinals, but he talked his way out of a job. I mean, basically, and listen, these NFL players, I'm sorry, shortly after Kareem Hunt kicked his way out of a job, basically, right? He not only kicked a girl, but, the more you watch that video, the girl was on the ground. He kicked a girl that was already on the ground. DJ Swearinger basically kicked this coach who was on the ground by just talking about, I mean, the Redskins are struggling. Manuski's doing everything he can. Well, he just kicked the dog.
Right. Well, guess what? Jay Gruden, you're out of here.
He's going to get fired, right?
Oh, he's done.
Yeah, he's going to get fired.
He's completely lost control of the locker room. Nobody has respect for him. They're all popping off, just like we heard Mr. Big Mouth popping off at the guy from the Titans the other day.
Josh Norman.
Yeah, I talked about Josh
today. What did they expect?
What a blithering idiot.
Idiots, right? So
the guy is a foot taller. He's 135 pounds more. I mean, it's literally, get out of here.
He went looking for him
punk.
after the game.
Oh, I know. What a fool.
Yeah. Looking for him after the game. Well, here's some good news that came out of these morons. I'm sorry, but listen.
You call them like you see them.
Yeah, some of these guys are just acting like fools. But one of the good stories is that Kareem Hunt's replacement, Damian Williams, just signed a 2-year contract with a max total of $8.1 million if he reaches all of his incentives. One of the incentives must be, please don't kick a girl who's on the ground.
Well,
right?
not only that, but it must be you have to be able to finish the season without a suspension.
Yeah. So he's been playing a little bit for Kareem Hunt. The main guy was supposed to be West, right? The main guy was going to be that guy West that replaced him. Right. Oh no, Spencer Ware. Spencer Ware replaced Kareem Hunt, right?
West,
so
whatever.
he got banged up. So they brought in Damian Williams. He's gained 267 yards in the last 2 weeks. They like him. They signed him. They're going to bring him back next year. I mean, Kareem Hunt's not going to play football next year, and my guess is he's going to get a 1-year suspension, right? I mean, after it's all said and done, the NFL's not going to let him back in. The Chiefs cut him. They don't have him anymore. He's not even on the roster.
So what do you think is going to happen with Antonio Brown when he adds the S to his jersey?
What's the S?
Well, for Browns, he's rooting for the Browns this week.
Is he going to add his S?
Yeah,
really?
man.
I just saw a blur. Was that it?
Yeah, because he needs the Browns, and a bit of irony in that.
That's great.
So here it's the Browns of old playing the newer Browns just to help their arch enemy, the Steelers. And let me tell you something. If you can't beat the Browns in the first place, if you're going to tie them in the first game of the season, first of all, you don't belong on making the playoffs. Secondly, as he zips up all the way to his neck. Secondly, if you can't beat the Oakland Raiders, you don't belong in the playoffs again.
Or the Denver Broncos.
Right.
But here's the thing. They beat the Patriots, but they didn't beat anybody else.
Yeah.
But one of the things is the Browns are not the Steelers' arch rivals because the Steelers, they're like their little brother. They just kick them around for the last 30 years.
Right, seemingly.
I think Roethlisberger's got one loss to them.
I think it's funny that Antonio Brown's groveling to Baker Mayfield.
Begging him, right?
Right, groveling and pandering.
It ain't up to Baker Mayfield. I'm telling you right now.
I think it's hilarious.
Baker Mayfield's a good quarterback. He's doing a fantastic job. The Browns are 7-7-1. They're a good team. But that defense for the Ravens, it's a little bit different than he's been playing. It's not up to just Baker. Because, some of those defensive linemen are going to have something. That guy McPhee, those guys, what's that guy's name? Thomas. And do they still have Suggs? I mean, they still got Suggs, right?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. That defense is going to have something to say with Baker Mayfield.
You're going to keep telling me that, and I'll tell you what, folks. Everybody who likes the old Place Your Bet website, if you want to make sure that you pick up one of those subscriptions just for one game, just do an a la carte, this is going to be that a la carte game. I'm not going to tell you nothing about it because I got that Browns-Ravens game.
Really?
I'm on that one.
You're not going to say
I'm on it like Blue Bonnet.
If it's one of the two teams or if it's the total, you're not saying nothing.
I'm
right?
not saying nothing.
And it's not a prop bet.
I'm not saying nothing.
So wait.
Don't try to weasel. You're not going to weasel it out of me. Get out of here.
Okay. Is
No needling and no weaseling.
is Antonio Brown going to really put an S on the end of his
He's already
name?
done it.
So it's Antonio Brown's?
Apparently.
I like that guy. That guy's a nut, man.
That's
That
funny
guy's
stuff.
nuts.
I mean, is he lobbying for a job?
What job?
I mean,
Antonio's got a job.
Well,
He's
yeah,
got a
but
great job.
yeah, but remember, I mean, his contract's coming up soon.
It is?
He's got 2 years,
Yeah.
but he can get out of that contract and go to a quarterback that's young, and he's going to see a ton of action in Cleveland.
Well,
and an up-and-coming team.
They do have Juju Schuster that's pushing in. Juju Schuster got 100 catches this year too.
Right.
Right?
And he was like the fourth option last year. I had him on my fantasy team last year.
I heard that he's going to put an S at the end of his name, Juju Schuster Smiths.
And then there were crickets.
We always love long pauses.
Just because we
jokes.
could.
Okay,
Just because. Hey, come on. It's a joke, so you got to keep needling that one to try to make it funny.
No, you mean tagging it.
That too.
No,
keep tagging it.
Tag that one. That one's dead. It's already in the grave.
The ship has sailed already.
Can we talk about some of the NFL dog games of the week? No, I went through the schedule this week in the NFL. There are 3 games that have 0 playoff implications. Only 3.
Oh,
right?
Like the Packers game.
The Lions at the Packers. The Packers are giving up 8. The Dolphins at the Bills. The Bills are giving up 4.5. And then the Falcons at the Bucs. So there's only 3 games, 6 teams that have no playoff implications. There's other games, like the Cowboys and the Giants.
Keep an eye on that Tampa game. What's his name wants out of there. Deshaun wants out of there.
Jackson.
He doesn't.
Listen,
he doesn't want to be a part of that club anymore.
They're not asking him back next year anyway.
And they don't want him there anyway.
They don't want him.
So there's dissension already from the offensive side of the ball.
Way bigger problems than Deshaun Jackson.
Well, they've got INT problems from what's his face from Jameis Winston.
The crotch grabber. That's the problem.
Apparently,
that's the problem. Is they drafted this guy number 1 over Marcus Mariota. Mm-hmm. They drafted him number 1. He had all those problems at Florida State, and it wasn't just the problem with the girl. He had other problems, jumping up on the table and yelling some expletive.
It's Florida State. That's what they do.
I mean, then that one time he tried to push the referee out of the way. Remember, the referee was
that's Florida State, man. That's what they do.
No, it's not Florida State. It's Jameis Winston. It's what he does.
But that's what Florida State allows to even occur at their university.
This is way past Florida State now. This is just Jameis. This is what Tampa Bay did. They grabbed this guy, and what does he do? 2-3 years into his career, reaches over and grabs a woman Uber driver. Now, how are they going to bring this guy back? It's beyond unbelievable.
That's unbelievable. And let me tell you something. The regular Joe or whatever down on the street, they could never get away with that. They'd be in jail. They'd be in prison like they went to the SEC. The fact is, they would be in prison somewhere for doing this.
Absolutely.
But not him.
No, not him.
Give him an astounding round of booze. We have booze in there somewhere. Here's the other thing
with Jameis Winston. I watched the game last week when he was playing the Cowboys. On 2 separate occasions, he did something that's the equivalent of reaching over.
That's the Kung Fu Boo, by the way.
Yeah, he in 2 separate occasions with timeouts at pivotal parts of the game, he let the play clock run out. I'm sorry, he's a moron. Well, he doesn't even pay attention.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't understand clock management.
Doesn't understand anything. How is he running your team?
Yeah.
And there's no way that team is going to keep him for next year. There's no way. If they do, I'm sorry, Dirk Cutter would just quit. Dirk Cutter's like, look, is Jameis a quarterback? Okay, no. I give me a German Shepherd.
So where does he go? Where does Winston go if that's the case?
It's a very good question.
Where do they need a quarterback and they'll take baggage?
Arizona Cardinals? I don't know.
That's a good guess.
I mean, Arizona, they're going to bring in a new coach. Are they going to bring someone does Bruce Arians get his hands on him at someone else? Or if Bruce Arians goes to a team, does he get his hands on him? Because Bruce Arians seems like the kind of personality that could get him in order. I don't know. Although I don't know. Is he workable with? He's made so many mistakes.
Okay, all right, wait. Just think about this. Think about a long time ago. Remember that guy that came out of Southern Miss? Remember that guy? Came out of Southern Miss. Yeah. He goes to Atlanta, and he couldn't throw a pea in the Pacific.
Well, they called him Mississippi Mud.
That's the guy.
Because he was late.
Right. Okay, so that guy. You think about that guy, and then he was terrible in Atlanta. And then Green Bay scoops him up, says, all right, you know what? Let's see. We have a ball of clay. Let's see if we can turn this into something.
Mike Holmgren.
Right. My point is, maybe it might take a good system to turn him around because he's got skills. He can throw the ball downfield. He can do that. But if he's coached properly, he is a workable asset.
Yes, but I think he needs a life coach, not a football coach.
That's what I'm talking about. It's coach. I'm talking about coaching on and off the field.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, first of all, it's always dangerous to bring up someone like Brett Favre and compare him to Jameis Winston because Brett Favre
I'm talking about a poor, because when Brett was terrible, when Brett was awful, nobody wanted him, but Green Bay took a chance on him.
Well, Brett only played 1 year for the Falcons and
he was
played.
awful. It doesn't matter.
He never played.
But when he did play, he was awful.
Well, his first pass was a pick six.
Whatever. When he played, he was
awful.
awful.
Whatever. His first pass.
Right, but when he played, he was awful.
It was bad. Yeah.
Right. That's terrible. My point.
Okay, but yeah, I'm talking about other stuff though. I mean, I guess Brett would let the play clock run out. I guess he would do stuff like that.
Well,
right?
Brett wasn't really the sharpest knife in the drawer.
No, not at all.
That's one of my favorite sounds. I don't know why you don't do it very often.
I like it too. I don't know where it fits in. I just put it in randomly every now and then.
That's the idea. Yeah, but just don't play that other front door one. That's the worst thing of all time.
The front door one.
Remember the lady.
I don't know.
We'll talk about it in between break. It's terrible.
Okay, so
that's all.
But
don't go searching for it.
This is the best one. The gong of approval. It just kills you. I don't know why you hate it. You're such a hater. It just kills you. But it's my favorite one. I'm sorry. Okay, the Lions and the Packers. Right now, I think the Lions and Packers and the Dolphins and Bills. Both of these games, if they're blizzards, or if it's 10 degrees below zero in Green Bay, or if it's a blizzard in Buffalo. It makes these games kind of interesting.
Is it at Green Bay?
Yeah, it's at Green Bay.
All right.
Yeah. So,
what's the line?
The weather forecast is 31 degrees, so it's not a blizzard. Same thing in Buffalo.
But that's going to happen. No, the blizzard's coming. We just heard the weather report. It was just 15, 20 minutes ago, whatever the hell it was. Remember?
Partly cloudy and 72 degrees.
No, it's already blizzard in Nebraska, which is not far from Wisconsin.
And what did you? And I was you
can put a golf ball across Nebraska.
Stupid. Okay, so Aaron Rodgers showed us a lot last week by throwing for 400 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, making a big comeback
Aaron Rodgers
against the Jets.
was Aaron Rodgers.
He
didn't show us anything other than what we expect
just
from him.
Just being himself.
Right.
So he's probably going to play this week against the Lions.
Of course he's going to play. It's the last game. He's got to suck all those people in to buy tickets for next season.
Yeah, and he will. And the Bills want to finish the The Bills are 5-10. They had another bad year. Another bad year.
Mike from Paducah says the Packers are -8.
Yes.
Yeah, that's on your crap-ass football card that you have. No, I want to find out what the real line is.
The real line is okay. That's to me, Mike. Don't worry, it's not to you. He's telling Tommy.
Mike's got those crappy football cards where they really screw with the lines.
He's telling me find out what the real line is, Tommy. Okay, so
I'll guess it's 7.
The Lions have no chance.
I'll guess it's 7. I don't know.
You think it went down, huh?
I'm just guessing 7. I have no idea.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll see.
Because if it's 8 according to him, that means his football cards are usually a point on the rip-off side. To the other direction.
It's 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah, 7.5, right? Yeah, it is.
Mike, you're getting bent over. Don't play that card.
Okay, easy, Sal, easy.
Hey, lighten up, Mr. Shankles.
And the line is still 4.5 here with Buffalo.
Okay.
Buffalo. So it's the same as on the crappy cards.
Okay.
Because I got the crappy card too. Don't worry about it, Mike. I'm with you with the crappy card.
No. You don't have the guy that hands out his crappy cards in his neighborhood and his bowling alley.
You know the guy?
Don't worry about that.
You know the guy. Sal knows the guy who's handing out the cards.
None of that matters.
Sal knows somebody in every corner of the world. Let me tell you, I'm not even exaggerating.
We know who's laying the action off, and that guy that's handing his cards out, he's laying the action off.
Yep, that's what we're going to give him one of those. Give him one of those, right?
All right, so Mike's got the Buffalo game is at 4 on his card.
Okay. What's your early lean on that one?
I don't have one.
No lean.
No.
No lean on the Buffalo game, right?
No,
okay.
No lean at all.
Okay. What about a game like the Cowboys and Giants where the Cowboys are already locked into the number 4 seed? The Giants are favored
Cowboys
by
have
6.
nothing to play for.
So they're not going to play Ezekiel Elliott. They're not going to play the 2 offensive linemen that are injured.
There's nothing to play for the Cowboys. They're not going anywhere.
But they do have to play, though. They do have to stay somewhat sharp for that playoff game the next week, right? So how do they do that?
You don't. You rest everybody because that game doesn't matter. The next week matters.
It doesn't matter!
No, it doesn't matter!
Okay, so they have to, but so what does that? So Jason Garrett's already been in this predicament a couple other times where he rested people in week 17 and then struggled at the beginning of the playoff game. The last time they played Aaron Rodgers when they made that great comeback, the Cowboys were behind by 20 points or 17 points.
Isn't it set that they're going to play Seattle?
Yeah, it's locked in.
Yeah.
They don't want to play Seattle.
No, and they shouldn't want to because Seattle's going to run up and down the field on them.
Yeah.
All
right, the Cowboys can't stop the run.
I know. Folks, we're going to be back here on Place Your Bet in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. Lots more to come.
Got to kill it because of music.
Without realizing it, you gave away like a major tidbit right there.
Okay.
I mean, I know you I didn't say about realize it, but you just slipped it in. The Seattle's going to run up and down the field on that.
Of course.
Like that's a big thing.
But that doesn't necessarily right. But it doesn't necessarily mean that's the way I would bet it.
No, I know, but that's a big statement though because you forget right now Seattle's a running machine. I don't think the Cowboys
can't stop them.
They have a hard time stopping it. Let's put it that way.
But it doesn't mean that Dallas won't cover.
Because Dallas is going to try to do the exact same thing.
That's right.
Control the ball and keep it away from Seattle.
Right. Dallas got a good running game. They got a quarterback that's just as big as their back. He can run too.
He can run too, yeah.
Right. So I'm not giving it away. I'm tired of giving these fucking picks away. So all I do is give these picks away, and nobody fucking bets them. I don't want to hear it. None of them bet them, and I can't help that.
I was thinking it was going to take us several months before. I was thinking it was going to take a little time before the heat got on us, and they were like, "You got to listen to these guys. You got to listen to these guys." Part of it is just us keep tooting our own horns.
Well, I'm not tooting a horn. All we're doing is we're talking facts, and the facts are we know which way the money's going.
Yeah.
And if you're following the money, and that includes you, Mike and Paducah, if you're following the money, then you know which way to bet. This is not hard to do. It's just understanding. Look, you grew up with it, man. All you got to do is watch the money. Watch the money from house to house to house to house, and you could probably do it from afar as well.
Watch the money. Right?
That's it.
But you do watch the money, but then other times you talk about...
Oh, I know the games because I watch the games.
You talk about Wisconsin with the big guy, Jonathan Taylor, 207 yards. You talk about how the running game and the line. Here we go.
Yeah, that's all they do. All right, here we go. Let me put these blasted things back on.
Okay. Right on that.
Hold on.
I'm not.
I got to make sure I clear up.
I'm not doing anything.
Yummy. Hold on. I know the music's going. I know.
I know you know. Okay, we're getting close. Thank you. We're getting close. You all right?
Okay, folks, welcome back to Place Your Bet. This segment is brought to you by Kelly Vegas, helping people just like you create and host your very own radio, TV, or multimedia talk show. Kelly Vegas can help you with everything you need to get out of sitting in hours of traffic every day and host your very own talk show in your very own studio. Call Kelly Vegas right now at 949-445-1119. That's 949-445-1119. Again, 949-445-1119. Or visit them at kellyvegas.com. That's CALI Vegas.com. And tell them Place Your Bet sent you.
Very, very good. Very good. Excellent. So the countdown is on. We're less than 48 hours. We're about 43 hours away to the real college football season starts. 1 o'clock, our time, we get the first college football playoff game, which is going to be Clemson and Notre Dame.
Do you actually think that's going to be a game?
Notre Dame. Why not? Notre Dame's not going to give them a game?
You think that's going to be a game?
Yeah. Well, Notre Dame has no chance.
No.
Ian Book can't.
No. They have no chance.
No chance.
They don't belong in this game. I don't care if they keep it close for the first half.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. At the end of the day,
Clemson's just a much better team.
Clemson is superior. Clemson's going to win the whole thing. Nobody's going to beat Clemson.
Okay.
Nobody can beat Clemson because Clemson has it on both sides of the ball.
Really? But they lost their big defensive tackle, though.
Okay, so they lost one guy. Big deal. Alabama lost 3 guys.
But one starter. Like they're both missing one starter.
Exactly.
So does Oklahoma have a chance against Alabama? Probably.
Yeah, I think they do.
Probably, right?
I'll tell you why they do. I mean, look, Alabama's got a very good defense, but remember, Oklahoma can score in so many different ways. Every time they touch the damn ball, they seem to score.
Any truth to Oklahoma bringing in the Citadel coach to ask them how they outplayed Alabama?
Not for the halftime. No, not for the halftime, but for the pregame.
Pregame, okay.
Yeah, I think there might be something there. Give yourself a round of applause.
Yes. Okay, you like that, right? Okay, so I'm a little worried. I'm thinking that my buddy Luther is going to be knocking on my door when I get home
Don't even
tonight.
Answer the door.
Because
you don't want to hear him.
He doesn't have a house anymore.
Yeah, that's right, because he lost it. Don't answer your door.
It's 31-21. Luther, come on. We'll bet the house, please.
Luther, you're fired.
You're killing me. You're killing me. Okay,
but see, you got to give these things. See, here's the one thing that the bettors are missing with a lot of this. They're missing the round robin bets. Right? You got 3 picks. And let's face it, 2 out of 3 come in. You make a couple of pennies, but at least you don't lose all your money. Like on a 3-team parlay. You basically have 3 2-team parlays. And that's probably the best way to do it. This way, at least you've got a fighting chance. If 2 out of 3 come in, you still make a little bit. If 3 out of 3 come in, you make a lot of bit. 1 out of 3 come in, well, you don't belong getting any money in the first place.
Your password is round robin, isn't it? Admit it. Your password's round robin.
I don't know. What's her
I
name?
think so.
Robin? As long as I don't have a girlfriend named Round Robin.
No. Okay, so the Lakers are putting it to the Sacramento Kings right now. The Lakers are winning 92-80 in Sacramento without LeBron and without Rajon Rondo. The young guys are getting most of the playing time. Kuzma's got 28 points still in the third quarter. Lonzo's shooting 6 for 10, 60%, 4 out of 5 from three-point range. So Lonzo is actually shooting well from the field. And he's outplaying De'Aaron Fox badly. De'Aaron Fox is shooting Lonzo numbers 3 out of 12 today.
Yeah, but guess what? There's a whole fourth quarter.
And so the Kings are going to come back.
Kings are going
and
to come
steal
back.
This game. The Kings.
I don't know if they're going to steal the game. I just think the Kings are going to come back and make it a game, one way or another. I don't really give a damn.
Can we talk about the worst sport in America right now, college basketball?
It's not the worst sport in America.
Oh my goodness, it is.
Curling
so bad,
is the worst sport, and curling is not a sport.
Well, out of the big
it's shuffleboard on ice.
4 or 5. Curling at least is funny. College basketball is rough right now.
No, it's not.
It's bad. It's
no,
bad.
It's not.
First of all, Duke is the best team in college basketball by far.
Duke could probably beat some of the pro teams.
And well, yeah, because they got 4 guys that are going to be in the NBA next year. Duke's going to have to reshuffle the whole team again next year. And that's
because that stupid-ass one-and-done thing.
It's not just
I can't
that.
Stand
no,
it
isn't, because Zion and RG wouldn't even be at Duke if there wasn't a one-and-done. They'd be in the NBA now.
Well, they should have been allowed to just go right to the NBA. I'm so sick of this one-and-done garbage. Let these 18-year-old kids go right and play pro ball. If Zion's good enough to go play pro ball, let him go play. I mean, look, he's old enough to fight for his country, old enough to vote, old enough to enter into a contract. Let this kid go play.
Make him go to college for 1 year. Make a travesty out of college. Now, Zion Williamson could be a very smart kid. You got to be smart to get into Duke anyway. Duke's not bending their entrance requirements to let these guys get in there, so you got to be smart to get in there. But these guys are going there for a year. Brandon Ingram went there for 1 year.
Well, they're really going for one semester.
Yeah, because they drop out of school after the March Madness ends. As soon as they lose, they're done. And you can't blame these guys because it's all about
it's the system that's in front of them that they have to deal with. I think it stinks.
Now, back in the day not that long ago, but in the 80s, I was in Big East country, and Big East to me was the greatest college basketball conference ever.
Oh, it was fantastic.
And back then, the ACC is actually the number 1 college basketball conference. Even before the Big East was even invented, the ACC was the best basketball conference on the planet. Yeah. And then you had in the West Coast,
guess what? They still are.
They still are. Back then, you had UCLA and UNLV were top programs. They were great programs back in the 70s.
Well, for basketball.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
We don't have to shift the conversation.
No.
They were great programs back then.
UCLA was a power for decades.
Yeah, and it's, even in the 80s, they still would get all the great players. It just was better. College basketball is so much better.
And those guys stayed in.
You know what? Where it turned for me when I stopped? 2011 National Championship game, Butler and UConn was the worst game I've ever seen. Final score 53-41, and I didn't even watch the end of the game. Butler shot 18% in the first half, and they were only down 22-19. The MVP of the Final Four that year was Kemba Walker, who's an excellent pro. Kemba Walker's a very good pro. He was 6 for 19 from the field. He was the MVP, or back then, or they called it the MOP, the most outstanding player.
Right.
It was a horrible game. And since then, college basketball hasn't been the same to me. I never, ever walked out of an NCAA Final Four game, ever.
Were you at the game?
Yeah, it was at Reliance Stadium in Houston, Texas, 70,000 people. I left.
See, now I was there for the Duke Butler game. I was down in Indianapolis at Conseco Fieldhouse.
That was a very
exciting game.
That was a great game.
Yeah, they came down to the last shot, and I have the video on that, too.
You showed it to me.
Right, it was very exciting.
Well, I told
this hat that I'm wearing is from that.
I told you about the screen that the center set for what's his name? Gordon Hayward. Yeah, he got that shot. It was backboard rim off. No, what's the guy's name? Dennis Hopper in Hoosiers. It went around the rim, and I was fouled. Remember, he was talking about Gene Hackman in the movie Hoosiers?
Right.
He hit the game-winning shot, or he missed the game-winning shot. He went around the rim. I was fouled, he
Well,
said.
yeah, but remember, Haywood shot backboard rim off.
Yeah, that was a great game. It
was very exciting.
And Butler's accomplishment, making it to 2 championship games in a row, is a fantastic accomplishment. They were a good team.
And for a mid-major on top of it. It's very exciting.
Very
but
good.
I don't like the move to the Big East, though. I don't like all these teams moving conference to conference for money.
And
look at Notre Dame is in the ACC only for basketball.
And everything except football, all the sports.
Right, it's a total BS.
Baseball, everything. Well, you started talking when I told you UNLV and UCLA were great programs in the 70s and 80s, and you said only in basketball. Well, you were alluding to other sports. Football, college football has ruined college basketball because I told you when Syracuse left the Big East to go to the ACC, right?
Uh-huh.
When they left the Big East, Jim Boeheim did not want to leave the Big East. He was saying then, listen, it's predicated by football. Football is making all the moves because that's where all the money is. All those schools didn't want to leave. Pittsburgh left the Big East, right? They didn't want to leave the Big East. They loved the Big East for college basketball.
Well, see, to me, the equivalent of the old Big East was college football's old equivalent of the Southwest Conference. That was like the great conference, right?
Yeah.
And that's what the Big East in basketball was to me in football.
You're right. I looked it up after we had this discussion last month. You said Rice was in it. Rice wasn't in it when I remember, but Rice was the original.
Right.
Originally, they were in the Southwest Conference.
Right. Rice was there.
They were in the.
We should have bet a pizza on that.
Yeah. Well, then I would have been buying you a nice big Chicago pizza. I should have let you bet on whether Peyton Manning won a national championship because I was all over it. I should have. I should have. Yes. You're like, he didn't. I'm like, no, he didn't. I'm like, no. I'm like, oh, come on again. I don't want another pizza. You have to pay for another pizza.
Yeah, the pizza's good.
Pizza was delicious. Let's just go get one. Let's just go get a pizza. The bet. Get a pizza. Anytime you talk to pizza.
I know, that's good stuff.
My favorite Christmas gift this year, the girl gave me pizza socks.
Are you kidding me?
I never had any pizza article.
Where are they?
I don't have them on.
Oh.
I never had any pizza article of clothing.
Wear them tomorrow.
Pizza socks.
I want to see the pizza socks. Come on, you saw my suit yesterday.
It was the greatest ever.
I don't know if Mike from Paducah saw the suit that I was wearing yesterday.
It was a Christmas tree.
It was lit up,
decorated, adorned Christmas tree. It was a suit.
Watch the video from yesterday. Go to YouTube and check out our video.
Listen,
it was hilarious.
I got to get one, and you said, let's go to a game.
Right, go to a game.
Let's go to a Golden Knights.
Right, ain't that or go to a ball game in the middle of July or something wearing this ridiculous
it's a Christmas suit. I love it.
Hey, Christmas in July, and people like that stuff.
Another one there, and give it to your girl. Your girl got you a wonderful gift. My girl got me the pizza socks. Man, they know.
And what'd you give me today? I got a T-shirt. I got a Jordan T-shirt.
Well, I got you
and I got the headband.
Listen, I got you the only basketball gift that I could get you, Jordan related, because he's the only superstar you love. Everyone else, you're like pork chop LeBron or airball Steph or no defense Kobe. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, these are all the greatest players. Nah, he's never played any defense. And I have to go get the stats. He was 9-time first team all defense, 2-time defensive player of the year. He didn't play any defense. I got good authority.
Defense. He didn't play defense.
He didn't play defense the last 5 years, but he played defense.
Yeah, but
man.
at least the last 5. Hey, listen, if you're going to play defense, play it all years, not just some years.
But I'm still waiting for 6. I reduced it to half a dozen clips of LeBron doing the pork chop
buddy,
thing.
I can find that. I'm going to put a whole medley together for you.
Okay.
What did I send to you? I sent you a text. Did you see the text I sent to you?
I didn't get a chance to read it, though.
Okay. And so, folks,
Christmas.
He didn't, because we were talking. Hold on a second. We were talking
about 6 clips I just asked for.
That's easy. The 12 days of Christmas. I'll get you that because we're actually in the 12 days of Christmas right now. Did you know how that works? So from Christmas Day all the way to January 6th, those are the 12 days of Christmas, Mister. You know the song? It's not before. It's after.
Unfortunately, this is terrible. I only know the dirty version of the 12 Days of Christmas.
I don't know that one.
Me and my friends made it up. We can't.
I don't know that one.
Me and my friends made it up when we were in high school. We sat down and we wrote the dirty version of the 12 Days of Christmas. And when it came time to teach my kids the 12 Days of Christmas. Do you
still know it?
I still know it word for word.
All right, so perfect. So when this video ends, when this ends off KSHP 1400, home of your Arizona Diamondbacks, once we go off air, we're going to let the Facebook Live run, and you're going to recite it.
It's terrible.
You said you have it. You know it. So you're going to recite it.
I haven't sang in a long time. But here's the worst part is, when it came time to teach my kids the 12 Days of Christmas, I taught them the dirty version. I got in all kinds of trouble. Their mother, other family. But listen, to this day, they loved it. I gave them the dirty version.
That's hilarious.
12. 12.
Hey, listen. I don't know what you said, but you're going to do it when we get off air after you send us the file. I don't care if it's stupid. I want to hear it.
What did Stevie Slapshot say? It's very sophomoric.
It's right. Yeah, that was a big word.
It's a big word. But we know that word.
Yeah, of course. And the Raider fans wouldn't know, but that's different.
Okay. And my notes here, where are the great UNLV teams? Where are the great UCLA teams? UNLV
where
and
are
UCLA
they? Where are they
stink.
now? Yeah, where are they now?
I mean, geez, UNLV's like they didn't just fall off the college basketball world; they fell off the map.
You know, I ran into a few of those players from some of those great UNLV
like
teams.
Anderson Hunt from Detroit.
Let me tell you something. The guys that I ran into, to be nameless, buddy, UNLV as a university did not prepare them for life.
Oh, they're not doing well?
I mean, listen, and I speak the truth as a college recruiter. UNLV is certainly not the best option in the state of Nevada.
And they haven't improved on that?
No, they really haven't.
Yeah.
And I don't feel bad for them. I just say it was a priority for the university not to put the resources into the academics to give a full life for these kids when they're done playing. And so shame on the university and the system for allowing that to exist, because those kids deserve better than that.
Yeah, well, that's what's happened to all their sports there. They're a laughing stock.
Yeah.
Nevada.
Well, and when you put your resume out there, you've got a UNLV degree, you are a laughing stock. You're part of that laughing stock. You know why? Because the university has not done the right thing for the students and the student athletes. They have not. They just don't put the resources in. And so amongst even the Big West Conference or the Mountain West Conference, those guys are at the bottom of the barrel. They're right next to New Mexico State. Academically, they're awful.
So how does this turn around?
Except in hospitality,
of
course.
Is there like some kind of light at the end of the tunnel? Does the new stadium help them in recruiting?
No. The new stadium is only a showpiece, but you're still getting the same garbage in, garbage out. They're not changing anything in the classroom.
Okay. So, but does the university get a higher profile, because there's probably going to be a better bowl game here now, or a couple of new bowl games, right?
Yeah, they'll probably have
right?
a better time for the bowl game. They'll probably rename it, but I don't think it's going to change the profile of the finished product that comes out of UNLV. That's the central problem.
Isn't that the school president? Isn't that the chancellor? Aren't those the people that?
Well, it's the chancellor.
Take a look at that.
The trustees.
Yeah.
I mean, look, there's a lot of people involved in this, but the problem is money is not going to solve the problem. Quality and revamping is going to solve the problem.
Okay, so Danny Tarkanian is here. He's a former player at UNLV. He played for his father, Jerry Tarkanian, in the 70s, right? And now he's a politician. Do we bring Danny Tarkanian in here? Do we talk to him about how he can get involved? Okay, I didn't know I said something that funny. That is his name, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, is he Danny Tarkanian a laughing stock, or should I not bring up his name here at 1400 KSHP Las Vegas?
Man, I don't know this man. I don't know anything about him.
Okay, well,
I don't know
you
nothing.
laughed so hard, your nose is red.
I don't know nothing.
Do we not bring Danny in here and talk to him about how do we improve the academics?
No, I mean, look,
he's a noted alumni. I mean, he may have some
just
kind
because you're alum doesn't mean anything. The fact is, this goes to your decision makers. Exactly. It goes back to the decision makers. Remember, these are tax dollars from the taxpayers right here. You know, you're a taxpayer here in town as everybody else.
Absolutely.
You want to make sure that your money is going to something that's going to be fulfilling and drive the local economy. UNLV is not driving the local economy. Not at all. In fact, they are, in my opinion, they are deterring the economy because they're producing substandard academics outside of hospitality and the hotel world. Outside of that, in my opinion, UNLV is awful.
Yeah, because
don't spend your money there, in my opinion.
In my business, there are a lot of people that went through the UNLV
right,
program.
And the hotel programs, they're fantastic.
Job. Yeah, they do a great job.
They're the best in the country at that.
Okay.
But everything else, they reek, in my opinion.
Reek. Okay,
Right.
What the heck is that?
I don't know. I'm not really sure. What are you doing over there?
I was just checking the updates on some of the games here. The Golden Knights are still 1-1 here in the.
You're watching a basketball game. That's what happened.
No, I was. No, this is the Lakers. I checked the Lakers score too. They're still up 8 points. You're right. The fourth quarter, the game gets tighter.
That's
and
like
tighter.
Name that tune in 3 seconds or in 3 beats. You know what I mean? Remember that? Name that tune. I used to love that.
Yeah, I don't.
It was really good.
I only remember it from the Honeymooners when Ralph Cramden went on it. And he said, "I'm gonna."
Ralph Cramden.
You must have loved the Honeymooners,
right?
It's
great.
We love the Honeymooners, right?
Jackie Gleason's the best.
Oh, but Art Carney with a combination of
those
two?
guys were great.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Better than great. Remember that one? Yeah, he went on. Remember Art Carney would play the piano, and he played that one song before he played every other song. And then when he went on to name that tune, that was the one song that he knew all the songs except the one song that Art Carney played.
Right.
Like that, I don't know what it was. I don't remember what song. Oh, shoot, man. We're out of here. We're having so much fun. I lose track of the time.
How much time do we have? We have 30 seconds?
We have 20 seconds.
All right, folks, make sure to join us next time here on Place Your Bet. For Tommy T, I am Sal the Bookmaker. Check us out at placeyourbet.vegas. So long, everyone.
All right, don't go anywhere. Send that file, and I want to hear the 12 days of Christmas.
12 days of Christmas. Okay.
You said.
So here, it's a terrible version.
I don't care.
Right?
You said.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 12 twats a twitching. On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 11 leaping lessies. On the 10th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 10 tons of titty, 9 narping nipples, 8 aching assholes, 7 sucking sisters, 6 69ers, 5 round the world, 4 calling girls, 3 French whores, 2 shithouse doors, and a hand job in a pear tree.
Yes! Atta boy! This guy over here. With your Christmas cheer, that guy in the chair.
Song.
Yes! That's funny stuff. All right, folks, we're going to see you next time here on Place Your Bet. So long, everyone.